And hello, 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 hello. We are here again at the Out of the Mud Studios in beautiful downtown Flint. And this is Lessons with Larry, episode 81 with Money Mike. And I forgot. Conversation is open talk.
Yeah.
And drum roll, please. Here's Larry.
All right. Good evening. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody is well out there. For those who tuned in, we run a little early today, but better late than never. And early is never late, and late is never early. You know what I mean? So we're gonna do a little early thing today. I got my brother Mike here. You know what I'm saying, Money Mike. How you doing today, brother?
Oh man, couldn't be better. Couldn't be better, man.
Yeah, that's what's happening. Yeah, so today we missing Miss Stephanie. She'll probably be in next week. Um, but other than that, everything is well. Shout out to Stephanie. Want to send a shout out to brother James, the greatest Mayfield, James Mayfield. And send a shout out to Out of the Mud. Send a shout out to George F. Grundy II. So I just wanted to send a shout out to everybody, and hopefully people will tune in, and we can get some good dialogue going. Today, it's open. It's open talk, so it ain't no particular subject that we're gonna talk about. We just gonna rap. You know, yeah,
So yeah, please don't feel that we skipping subjects because it's no particular subject. It's about any and everything today. So
yeah. Whatever comes to mind.
yeah,
You know,
there's something on your mind. Call in. Let's talk about
yeah.
it.
Let's talk
Let's
about
let's
yeah,
let's kick it.
flat out. Yeah. So how was your day today, brother?
I mean, my day got off a little rough, man.
Yeah, what made it rough?
Age ain't what it. It shows. It shows you what time it is. I done lift
Yeah.
up the uh, skidoos. I done, the water skis, lift the trailer up. Last night, lifted it
Jet
up off
skis,
the
right?
truck by myself. Yeah,
Oh
ended
man.
up at urgent care early this morning.
Oh man, no
So
man.
y'all had a date with urgent care. And,
Pull the muscle, huh?
yeah, a few shots here and there. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of, I'm going to go and hit you with this. They were like, well, we're going to give you two shots. One is steroid and one is for pain or whatever. So, I'm like, the lady was like, you can get it in both cheek or either one. I'm like, no, let's just do it one and done and get it over with. So she popped me with the first one. I'm like, oh, I said, listen, have to do like God in the Bible saying, turn the other cheek. Get this one. that's how my day went.
Yeah, yeah,
So I've been laying around, you know what I'm saying, letting the medicine do what it do.
yeah, yeah. But that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. Yeah, I got up today and seen the news, and they was talking about 4 young ladies got shot up on Seneca, man. Today.
Wow.
4 young ladies. So now, man, it look like it's usually just be the guys. But now it's spilling over to the girls. When you got 4 young ladies get shot at a block party, a house party, or whatnot, that's kind of that's different.
Yeah, I mean, but to be truthful, it's been several incidents over the years as well involving our youth period, and the young people, and
But generally, more so often than not, when you think of youth violence and you think it's the guys. You know, I haven't seen yet. I have yet to see other than today where you had not to where it was just I don't know much about it, so I'm not even
yeah,
finna speak on it, the
right,
circumstances.
right,
But and hopefully
yeah,
everybody pull it through
right.
and everybody be all right.
Yeah, and a lot of people think it be true enough, like the young guys.
Yeah.
Me personally, I just think it's sad.
Is it?
I
I
think the
I
whole
agree
thing is
totally.
sad because it's things taking place in their lives, all of them.
Right.
Lives is way more valuable than the reasoning to be into it with one another. To let it come to a point of where they can lose their life.
Right.
You know, and I find myself talking to a lot of people, period. Young, it don't matter. But a lot of people, especially some of these young people, feel that their word don't mean nothing, that they're not valued to be heard. It's like let's be real. It certs not everybody, because it's funny that you even brought this up. Brother George was sharing with me, because I did something. And he ain't like it at all.
Brother George.
Yeah, we together. We ride. This is my guy. And I did something. He just totally not faking it. And this is what I can respect in a person. No faking and nothing like, look, man, I'm just finna drop zero on you. I'll just cut you off because no. But and the thing is, when you value your friendship and social, I said, you know what, man? I'm gonna go correct that. I went instantly and correct that, which took me from the minus and put us back in the plus department. And it was all because all I could do is do what was right.
Right.
And it's just misunderstandings some people have out here.
Well, for the viewers and myself, can we get a little bit more specific as to what happened? You know what I'm saying, so we can see how we gonna value this. This episode.
It's one of them things that it's all the details don't have to be said. It was just
Let me tell you.
No,
Oh, okay.
no,
Right.
no,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
no,
All right.
he just threw them all.
Okay. Now I'm really.
We gonna know what.
Nah.
Since we from out of the mud
Right.
with this great platform,
Right.
ain't no sense in holding things back.
We're gonna keep
George,
it
you go ahead and tell what I done.
real.
It's hard for me to confess.
What do you do?
Why I gotta say? Because
I'm just kidding.
But I did it.
Come
You
on.
go ahead.
He telling you.
I didn't say a word though.
All right.
I didn't say not
okay.
one word. It happened, and I just wasn't nothing else to say. We was talking, and I'm like, man, that to me, doing something like that
Let's put it out there.
is
Come on, man,
foul.
let's put this out
Because
there because we straight
What do
to
you
put
do?
it out there, and because see the way we handle that, these people could take this because when they say something good come out of something bad, I feel that's what happened unless you really still dislike me.
nah,
Okay,
you know, you
so
you
good.
adjusted and
So
on your
right,
own. I didn't.
right.
I
I
didn't.
know, but no, tell what was done, and then let's go with it.
Let's see how he fixed
Because
We
it
went.
really happened, and it
Okay.
really touched him.
We went to. I mean, the reason it touched me because you pile that on times 100, then you ain't got
Times
nothing.
100.
Then you ain't
Then
got nothing but a
another 100.
mess.
So let me
But
go and
what
put it
was
out.
done?
Let me put it
Please,
out there.
God.
Let me put it out there. Okay, we told you, hold on a minute. We're going to roll down and get us something to drink. So we proceeded down to get something to drink, and we got our drinks. So on the way back, I got a banana, because I'm trying to do healthy. So I got a banana.
You turned back around and left again.
I'm eating with the banana. We headed back to you. I finished the banana in front of the courthouse and said, whoop, and threw it on the ground. He looked, right? So I'm like, damn, what done happened with the look? He went cold.
Yeah.
He said, look, man, I don't like that stuff, man. He said, that's what's wrong now. We don't respect our city. I said, oh, you right, man. I said, you know what? He said, man, I really don't even want to talk no more from there on. So I said, well, yeah. I said, as quickly as I threw the laughter, I said, you know what, man? I said, I'm going to just turn around and pick it up.
Okay.
So I did the turn. I don't know if you paid attention.
I seen you come back
and then I did a turnaround.
Yeah.
I said, no, man. I said, you a partner of mine. And if that mean that to you, then there's nothing for me to go there. And I got the opportunity to correct it.
That's right.
So I turned around, went back up the street, picked it up, pulled over to the trash can, threw it away, and he was like, okay.
That's what's
you know,
up.
And I'm,
that's,
you know, I'm
that's
like,
what's
yeah.
happening. Cause see, hold on, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Now, yesterday I had something similar. Well, I ain't gonna say it wasn't similar, but it just goes to show how you can take a situation and you can make it better, or you can make it worse. So I'm leaving. I'm out in Owasso. Oh, yeah, past Corona. Well, I'm out in Owasso, and so I'm trying to get back to 69, but I done took Corona all the way out here. So when I'm looking for 69, I take the way I think 69 should be. And I'm riding, and my GPS telling me Grand River. I'm like, hold on, man, that don't even sound right. Grand River running a long way. However, I'm not trying to catch it because it's still gonna be out the way from where I gotta go. Because I'm coming back to Flint. So I'm riding, I'm a good maybe about 20 miles. And I'm like, man, this ain't feeling right. And I'm looking at my GPS, and the line is so long, it ain't no turning around or no turning the direction I need. I don't
Right.
see it coming up. So you know what I did? I pulled over and I just pulled up in the driveway, and I backed up and I pulled back off, and I went back the way I came. I'm saying that to say this. Oftentimes we'll be going in the wrong direction, and it takes some of us are so stubborn, we'll go see it all the way through and make it work, as
Right.
opposed to turning
To
around,
be right.
going back and rewriting your wrong. Just like what you did, like with George,
Yeah.
what you did with George, you know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Yeah.
And if we did,
But I didn't what I felt, my feelings, I didn't jump on him and be
no,
like none of
but
that.
see, but if
But
you had hold on, because had you would have did that, it would have been a different outcome. So what I'm just saying, just by you settling, and he's saying, okay, I know I was bogus for that. So let me go ahead. I can straighten this on out because this is what men do. Men correct themselves all the time, and that's the problem. We have a lot of men who don't correct themselves when they know they out of order. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
But to me, like the man that I am and
Yeah,
grew to be,
yeah.
I didn't mind
That
his
correction.
when he voiced his opinion
He held you to a
about
higher
the act
standard, bro.
to the act that he didn't like.
Right,
It didn't bother me to
right,
say,
and it
man,
shouldn't.
what he talking
Oh
about?
yeah, who he
He
think he
tripping.
is? How you gonna try to tell
No,
me?
hey, if we around each
Come on,
other and it's genuine,
let's respect.
then I'm gonna value and respect how
That's
you
right.
feel. And I just go pick it up. And I
Right,
did. Hey,
right.
I don't care. And to be honest, that's a bad habit. And this is one of the second second person
We'll
that brings
correct you
that to
on.
my
Yeah, yeah,
attention.
yeah.
And I said, well, man, even though I corrected that for you, it's a possibility I'll make that mistake. I said, but that's what I need to work on.
Right. You
So I'm
see
gonna
what I'm
work on
saying? See
that.
what I'm saying?
That
That's
that
beautiful.
messed up
Man,
habit.
give him some applause.
it,
Yeah.
Give him right there.
And when he said it, and this is what really knocked me down about it. Knocked me down in a good way. Sometimes you need a good knockdown to get things together.
Right.
And he used the word our city.
Yeah.
And then I get on here, just like we talking about the youth, how they word, I defend them, feel they need to be heard, they have a voice, and other people too, which is what the platform out of the mud is
It's
all
about.
about.
Right, right.
How can I not want to see correction and understand that and come on here and share with people this positive stuff, and then here it is, I'm running this negative line
Right.
of credit.
Right.
No, I'm correcting that. I'm going to the credit, checking this, and then here's my stuff. Piece by piece, I'm gonna build it back to where it should properly be. But it's respecting one another.
Right.
And if it's true friendship, then that ain't enough for me to be bent out of shape about. Because he's more important in my friendship than the act.
Right. 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 Right.
I
Right.
don't operate off ego.
Come on, man.
If I'm
Come
ain't
on.
right,
Come
just
on.
tell me.
Yeah. See, but
You
the
know?
thing is, when someone brings something to your attention about being right or whatever, it's the willingness to correct yourself.
gotta be open.
Yeah, yeah. Come on, man. The biggest room is the room for
Yeah.
improvement.
And a lot of people, they don't believe when you get to see, I used to be the physical, I used to be the physical person and uh what do you call it, materialistic thing.
Okay.
That was used to be my life. But it's no longer me. I don't care about that stuff, man.
Right.
None of it, the ego, none of that stuff. So when you grow into understanding the higher power, the spirit,
Mm.
I'm not putting religion on no one,
Right.
but please believe that there's spirit out here,
Facts.
and we all operate and have spirits.
Good and
And
bad.
if you right, so if you're sitting there and your spirit ain't right, you're not gonna be right.
Right.
So therefore, my spirit to sit with me is, hey man, this guy, I call this guy my guy.
Yeah.
So how can we not take the opportunity? Because sometimes the mistakes gonna get made. You can't correct.
Right.
But I can understand that with a person if had an accident that happened. You took my car, it got hit. We can't do nothing about that.
Right.
That's that. But over here, if we learn to really value the people that we call our friends in our circle or whatever you want to call it, And everybody can give each other that respect. Same in the streets with these people. Don't feel every misunderstanding is a sign of a
A battle, a
intentional
challenge.
intentional attack
Oh,
of a
right. Yeah.
disrespect or a battle.
Facts. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, I totally agree with you on that. You was making a valid point. Valid
Yeah.
points. And that's the thing. We had to get to a space where we don't mind correcting ourselves, but more importantly, when you have someone in your circle that will correct you, that's what need to be. Because none of us need to be around a bunch of yes people.
No.
You know what I'm saying? For real, because you'll never hear the truth. You
Just
know.
like, we could take this. Now, this was out of friendship, brotherhood, sisterhood, friendship. We could even take this same formula to relationships.
Right.
If
Right.
you sitting and you have so many failed relationships because when you operating off the wrong components, you're gonna get the wrong results.
Right.
And respect one another. Allow each person in the relationship to have a voice,
Right.
and you will find out that he can make a difference.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and like I say, addressing things. True enough, it's a way to do it. People will tell you all day long, had you delivered differently, I could have.
I would have received it differently.
Exactly.
I would have received it
Yeah,
differently.
definitely. Then,
And
we was getting into other talks. Like I say, this open talk. And you was sharing something positive to me that you seen in somebody you in association with.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you don't
Younger,
mind.
younger gentlemen. When I say younger gentlemen, I would say someone in their 20s, early 20s.
Okay.
And so a lot of times when we look at our youth, they appear to be hopeless. You know what I'm saying? They done given up a whole lot and about feel like they, at the point where, they'll give up on their life if need be. You know what I mean? Because
Uh,
they've given up on, they've dropped out of school. You know what I mean? Their environment look bleak. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I was just telling the gentleman, but as while I'm sitting up here, while I was talking to him, I noticed that hold on, this brother's intelligent. You know what I'm saying? He got some sense. He got real good sense. He just misguided and undecided.
right.
You know what I mean? He need to be directed. He need to be held to a higher standard. And so that's extremely important. And as I was talking to the gentleman, I found myself like, man, like impressed with him.
Right.
You know,
With his
and
intelligence.
but his intelligence and his potential, his potential. You know what I mean? And so I'm definitely
But
going
but
out my way to steer him in the right direction.
right. But do you know how come you discovered that?
Okay.
You discovered that because instead of you having a mentality of writing off people,
Yeah.
instead you was open to listen and embrace.
Yeah.
And
You
people
know.
don't understand this. If you know when you really want the difference. Now I don't. Like I say, I'm not trying to judge nobody
Right.
because I'm not the judge. I
We
didn't
ain't
sign
know.
up to
Yeah.
judge,
Right.
but I am a conscious person that sit and see things. Is one true enough? Some of our people out here put things, activities, and things for the youth,
Yeah.
but you know,
That mental
and,
development, man.
and it's another thing. Hey, one thing's for sure. They call Flint a broke city, but it's not a broke city by far. Yeah, maybe it ain't got the numbers
The high
that's over
rises
in
and
other areas that's
skyscrapers and
getting,
things of that
but
nature. But
just like George and Wheezy, Flint gets his piece of the pie.
yeah.
So my thing is, true enough, that's cool. You open this activity up, people short. But if you're a person in position, hey man, do a little bit better in what you putting together to form, reaching, you understand, our youth, for the structure of their upbringing. Because if we don't take the time, that's the problem. It's so many young people out here, young ladies, young men that are not talented, they super talented.
Right.
But if they're not given an opportunity and being heard, then where is that opportunity? That's them feeling that the door is shut on them, no land of opportunity. So what do they give interest to? They give interest to the other things that
To the
everybody, other youthful
negativity.
person.
Right.
Just like we followed the skating.
Yep.
I think me and you, I think me and you both, we brothers, and I think
That's
me and
right.
you
That's
both,
right.
we I think we did a trickery plan to get voted out of our gangs, because that ain't us. We wasn't gangbangers.
Hey, I was telling Cal, listen, remember, hold on, I was
But
telling
let me just tell Calvin Clemens,
my man,
let us
I
say
might need to
thank you.
call them for
I'm
real.
gonna let
Hey,
him
we
put
was
it
just
down.
talking about
But
this.
Calvin, I just want to tell you thank you for the part of saving me from that gangbanging lifestyle.
Hey, listen, hey George, this is what I did. Now, you know my cousin Calvin, and I'm talking about I just was talking about this. It's strange you said that we was just talking about this about 2 days ago. So I had called myself getting in the gang. You know what I mean? So but Cuz was in my big cousin. He in the bigger gang. So they got a junior. Juniors. The junior undertaker. So I'm called myself gonna get in it right. So I had went to the little meeting and they was telling me we supposed to have our dues. Back then, man, it was tight. You dig? So he told me he had dues. So I ain't never had my dues. So I'm steady watching them violate other people about the dues. So it came around to me. They told me violate, you supposed to just let out. I'm fighting. You dig? So I said, man, forget this. So I went to my big cousin who stayed with us at the time. God was staying. So I said, yeah, listen. I said, hey, cuz. He was like, what? I said, man, you ain't gonna believe this. He was like, what? I said, man, mama found out that she think you got me in the game. He's like, what? I said, yeah, man, they won't let me out neither. So he's like, ain't B. He's like, ain't B. I said, yeah, man. So you might want to, He said, man, he took me right to Durham right now. Like, look, hey, Larry ain't in the game no more, dude. Y'all see him doing something, y'all assist him, but he ain't in no game no more. You know what I mean? But actually, my mama didn't know. But I knew if I
That's how
told
you got
Cuz
out the
that, but
dudes.
yeah, I had to do, I had to do what I had to do to get up out that thing. You dig? But I was still cool with everybody, and we were still cool in the hood. It's just that gang thing just wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. Not even at an early adolescence age. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't my style.
Yeah.
I remember I met a gentleman when I just got my bike and I was up on Saginaw Street and a guy, he came to me, he said, man, he said, hey man, he said, nice bike, man. He said, man, you ever thought about being in the motorcycle club? Motorcycle gang, son. I almost fell on the bike because I was just sitting there. I almost fell laughing at him. You know what I'm saying? I said, man, I ain't finna be listening to nobody. I barely like to listen to myself. I barely like doing what I say do to myself. You think I'm finna listen to somebody else? But nevertheless, that's just never been a thing for me, But, fortunately now, I don't have no problem with being led as long as it's in the right direction.
But they do not like being called a gang.
But
It's a club.
Yeah.
Serious, because I see, you see stuff on TV.
Motorcycle club.
I watch the motorcycle clubs. And I love bikes and I love people that ride. They bring their flavor.
Yeah.
So, they got back to the bike breaks here.
But every year, hold on. And I've been saying this for years. Since it's open mic, I've been saying it for years. For the past, I don't know how many years consecutively, it been raining on them days because they do the bike to the bricks in the later fall. When they need to bump it up to the earlier
they need to take the end of July.
Yeah, for the
to
car.
be honest.
The
bikes need to take the end of
come
July
up
and let the cars have it.
Watch, even if you do the census, the numbers then went down drastically because people would come
on back to the bricks or bikes to the bricks.
Bike to the bricks.
Because it rains. It seemed to rain every single time. I promise you, man. For years I've been wanting to come, but when I get ready to come down, it's raining out them 2 or 3 days. 2 days.
And it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is.
I think they should switch, but I don't know their rotation.
I think they
maybe
should have
this where
before.
they fit their rotation with
They should
us.
have it before.
Yeah,
back to the bricks. I think the bikes should come first because the season come in and the season's so short. When they try to catch them bikes at the end of the season, the weather never cooperates. I mean, you guys don't get me wrong. You got some diehards that put the chaps on.
They come
and they gonna ride, but it would be a whole different animal if it was like a nice sunny day.
Different turnout. You think?
Yeah, a lot of brothers don't ride their bike. They don't want that road rash from that rain. They don't ride their bike on their chrome and all this stuff.
Yeah, and I want to say this as well. I lost like a brother to me we just buried him. Rob
Mm.
Griffith. We
I'm
buried
sorry to
him.
hear
He
that.
got hit
On the
on.
bike.
He got hit
the-
on Door Highway,
Oh man,
across
sorry
from
to
the
hear that.
Save a Lot. He lost his life. Then
Be careful.
somebody
Please
else
wear
lost their
helmets.
life. Then another biker lost his life. Then yesterday, a biker got hit up on Ballinger Highway.
Mm.
I
So,
cringe when I hear that, man.
and
That's why
all
I
I'm
ain't rode my
saying,
bike.
all I'm saying is, I don't know whose fault it is or was, but I just hope that bikers ride with a caution, and I hope
Drivers, pay
people
attention. Get
put
off them
more awareness
phones.
to
All right.
understand that them
Put them
bikes is
phones
out
down.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, pay attention to
Put
what's
them
around you.
bikes
Them
is out
blind
there.
spots. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
true enough, accident happened, but some of this, let's all try to be more alert
Yeah. For
that
real.
there's people on regular bikes.
Right.
There's people
E-bikes.
Well, let me even go to this. We lost a family member on Saginaw Street. God rest her soul. She walking.
Yeah, Jackie.
Hit Jackie.
Yeah, facts.
So
May she rest in heaven.
So
Yeah.
let's try to just
For
be
real.
more
Pay attention.
conscious in these cars and on these vehicles
Yeah.
and looking out for others.
Yeah, for real.
People are zoomed so fast past you,
Man, they run lights.
and then you already know they finna be at the light.
I look both ways on the one way. Before I cross the one way, I still look both ways. I'm talking about in the car.
And just not to be a hypocrite, and for the record, before I do run a light, I do at least look both ways. Before I run a light.
At least we respect that.
I at least do that.
Yeah.
Because it ain't running the light like I'm just continuing this through.
Right. You'll stop like
I'll
a four-way stop
like
sign.
a four-way stop sign. And then
Proceed on through.
Every blue moon I had that breakdown.
Yeah.
Not all the time.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
But as far as that watching, by me being a person that rode bikes, I'm always looking. But also, cyclists have to understand this as well. When you're riding your bike, there's no such thing as a green light for you to take off. Nothing that you're doing obeying the traffic applies to you as a cyclist. What applies to you as a cyclist is stop and look no matter what.
Both ways.
Because there's a good chance somebody is doing something different. So I do it even with my car. Just because it's a green light, I don't just pull off to go.
Right.
I'd say somebody might be trying to beat the light.
Right.
Something.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to use an extra frame of mind in driving and riding.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Then we was talking about that young lady, skipping another subject. Right here. The young lady that was found in Miami
Florida.
that they say were hung. She was hung.
Yeah, that's
and they were saying it wasn't talked about.
Nicole Miller.
Yeah. Tania Nicole Miller.
Yeah,
that's another sad situation.
Yeah.
Prayers to her family, and may she rest in heaven.
Yeah.
And she went up, they say she went for Juneteenth or something.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
And didn't make it back.
Another baby gone,
Yeah. And like I said, I don't know the dynamics to speak on it, but I know her family was on there saying this don't sound right. And that's the unfortunate thing when people go out of town. For some reason, people feel they can get away with shit. I'm not saying that's the case because I don't know it.
Right.
But I know some of this stuff is seeming like when they find out you from out of town, they know people is not able to just come and thoroughly look through certain things.
Right.
So, some of this traveling out of town, I don't know if you're alone, but if you are, you got to, some of us going to have to, got to use
the women need, women don't need to be alone.
And that's another thing. I know women, they young women, older women, middle-aged women. Y'all independent, y'all doing what y'all doing, but y'all don't need to project yourself and let people know or have them understanding that you by yourself.
Right.
Because that's how you get got.
Yeah. You targeted.
Yes. So you got to move a certain way. You knew how you had to move in order to get your age. Continue to make sure you understand that you need to move a certain way so you can get older than that.
And because every day that people wake up for peace and wake up for God, the devil got his army waking up on that same call law. That he's coming with his troops to seek and destroy. And when you sitting here, you go, you have looking have a night, mention, no, I'm from, I'm out of town. Hey, now he go at Target.
Right.
Oh, this easy prey.
Yeah. Who
Cause
all know you here?
let's go with this. If it's somebody there doing things like that, how come it ain't commonly being mentioned that some of the Miami, not that I want this to happen to them,
Right.
but why is it not nothing known that this happened? But then when out of town person get there, now this happened.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't know the dynamics. I don't know
Yeah,
what
we don't know. We
the
don't know
young
none of
lady
the
was going through,
specifics
so I don't have
or
nothing specific to
particulars.
pass judgment.
But we just know it's another baby loss.
Exactly.
You
So
know.
I just brought up something on the thing. I just asked um the question to the internet to say how many black women go missing each year. It said annual black women missing in the U.S. The most specific available figure comes from the FBI's National Crime Information Center. Active record snapshot 2024. There were 13,562 black females listed as active missing persons record. March 17, 2025, that number had dropped to 979 active record. So that's a wonderful thing that it dropped that because that 13,000
What's a lot?
is a huge number of
Facts.
missing women. And so this is a real thing. And the thing is, just make sure you don't become a person on that list. And we know that these lists are only as good as the information available and as
Because
the things they report.
and I totally agree with you, Brother Jordan. But they're not. It's not like mainstream. Like without you searching for that information or the answers to that question, you won't hear about it.
Or let's look at this. When you got family members that has been known for whatever reason to take off 5 years without contacting nobody and go off like that, once you used to that, then if something happened to them, you're not looking to file them as a missed person because it's normal that
That's
they
normal
run off
behavior.
five,
Right,
10
right,
years.
right, right.
Which
3, 4 years.
and speaking of this, one that hit home with me real strong. I had two of them actually, but one of the main ones stick out to me, and it hurts me with for my homeboy Jeffrey Bryant about the Fifth Ward. Jeffrey Bryant's mother, which I grew up with, Thelma Bryant, rest in heaven.
Yeah, but
They found her deceased up in like Owasso somewhere, something like that. I don't remember for sure, but she been missing. She was deceased back in the early '90s, and they still haven't found whoever did whatever to her. You know, and this is just another some of these situations of people, things happening to them with no answers.
right.
And this lady and Velma is one of the best people you ever could have met in life.
Yeah,
Will give you the shirt off her back,
yeah,
and so it tripped me that whoever done that didn't have to. For a fact, she not gonna take nothing from you. She ain't gonna do nothing to you. She just happy go lucky, friendly, and you was a
Or
sick,
somebody took
you was a
took
sick
advantage of that.
person that took
Yeah,
advantage of it.
yeah,
And that's to my to the Bryant family.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah. Man, it's heavy. It's one of them
yeah.
things to where you don't even imagine, but it can hit home. It can hit close to
Yeah.
home.
Then my little homegirl, Shanae Bailey, out of Saginaw, Michigan. Love and prayers to the Bailey family up there. She was in Saginaw, and somehow she ended up going to Rochester, New York.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm communicating with the family like, hey, I'll roll with y'all, to go get her. By the time we come together to say we gonna come get her, I get a phone call. I didn't even want to answer the phone because my spirit already told me that the call is what I didn't want to hear.
Right.
And as soon as I went in and answered it, because I had to,
Right.
hey, she dead the day before her 22nd birthday.
No, man.
They found her up against a tree in a rural area in Rochester, New York.
Come on.
So I want to ask those that are listening and will listen in the future to type in folks that you know or loved ones you have or friends that are missing and or have cases that have not been solved. Just put their names in the situation in the comments so we can remember these things. So now that we have new technology and we have new ways to communicate, it might trigger somebody's memory. It might create a opportunity to be able to get some closure on some stuff. So
Yeah.
just share your loved one or your friends or family name
That
and
they were missing.
situation, and so we can put it out there. And then how do we have kids going missing? We don't know they going missing. How do we have so much human trafficking and people getting kidnapped and they insides torn out for
Organs. Yeah.
organ harvesting? We don't see it and we don't know about it.
Well,
That
me,
you know that's weird
my
to me.
my opinion to that, which is only an opinion, not a fact. The only way I see that happening is once again, once you got a family, she get at the mother can have three, four, five kids, and this particular kid is so rebellious, it come to where, hey, he or she runs off. Oh well, but I got to tend to these that's working with me. So now you comfortable with them being gone because it's such a fight that hey, they might be gone staying with this person. You don't take a daily count. You don't take a daily count. Well, hey, I ain't seen her or she ain't called, something wrong. So no matter what and how uh, difficult the relationships may be,
Mm-hmm.
try to at least keep a form of contact. Say, well, I tell you what, I don't condone what you're doing, but I love you. I'm beg, please, let's keep in touch every day, so I know you okay.
Right.
Even we have to show our love in different ways, but you got to think about it. If it's all about contact and in tune with one another, then the minute somebody's missing, you own it. And it's not a secret why they got the first 48 hours, because that's what's vital to them. So that not having communication is just as important in the saving of a loved one.
Yeah, I would like us to have a sit down with foster care folks like directors and people that run the programs and people that are from foster care that created opportunities from themselves out of that system and went back into the system to make it better because that's
Now
another.
them effective,
Yeah,
but the other ones, once again, I'm not trying to point fingers, but the truth of the truth is out here. Some things they're just about the money. So now you got these people in here because of the money count, but you're not pouring real love
Into them
and
children.
teachings into these children.
Right.
Because man, we taught talks with them. I bumped into them. I'm like, hey
A
man,
lot
they
of
don't
times,
care.
you know that,
No, no.
and I'm not. This is no shade to the foster care system because I don't know. I know of it. You know, I didn't experience it at an early age. I just wasn't there for long. But for the girls, it'd be a lot of inappropriate things happening to them
Yeah.
girls, like the foster
But
care.
bro,
Yeah,
what's being overlooked is the boys too.
yeah, yeah.
But the
Right. So
boys just ain't
they ain't
willing to
saying
want to
nothing.
come out because that's considered double embarrassing or triple for them.
yeah. What man boy want to have that label on him that
On them.
somebody took my
Yeah,
manhood.
yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you a new discovery, and I don't even know if he know this
What's that?
about me. Now he mentioned you had a brush with that.
Yeah,
I don't know if he know I had a brush with that.
yeah,
Did you?
yeah. I knew.
I told you about.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, we
With the
had.
foster care
Yeah,
system.
we had
Right.
very short one, but
Yeah, but it
it,
was
it
what it
was. It
was.
wasn't no love.
Right, right. And I knew
It
it,
was a
man.
number.
You better know it. It was
Mhm.
a, it was a,
Yeah,
you was more food stamps, and you was a check.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now I will now to hold up. Let me say this. I will say, and I'm gonna say this, you know, from my own experience. I wound up going to two foster homes. The first home they put me in, this was spot on about this conversation. We said it was all about a check. It was a food stamp. It was that. Somehow I wound up the last one I wound up in, where my auntie came and got me out of,
Mhm.
was Robert Rump's grandmother on Christmas Street, Ski Bar grandmother.
Yeah.
Now, when I went there, me and Robert, that's why we still tight to this day, and may his grandmother rest in heaven. Beautiful woman. Listen,
Yeah.
we was like brothers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the
Yeah.
love was there.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah.
no Robin and
Yeah.
Robin and Robert. You know Robert. I mean
Yeah.
Robin Rump
Robin. Yeah.
and Robert. You know Ski Bar.
Robin was a girl.
Yeah, Robin.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. That was
yeah.
her brother.
Good man.
But listen, but they was for real, and I never forget
Yeah.
how I was treated.
Right.
Over there. You know what I'm saying? For real. Now that was a solid family, but this you talking back in the late '60s, early like '60. The Taka wasn't even born. Might have been
Okay.
no, yeah, it might have been like I was about 3. I was about 3 going on 4. So you talking
Yeah.
about like '69
Right.
or something.
So it's definitely
For real.
not taking a shot at them because I'm
Yeah,
gonna tell you,
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you
I
two
will say
more.
that.
I'm gonna tell you two more, and they speak for themselves. They live next door to each other. You got Elaine Harris, which she's married, so no disrespect, because her husband, her new husband, that's my guy too. I just don't know the last name, but Elaine Harris and Aunt Essie, Earl, mother that do the Corvette Club. Earl,
I ain't up on.
you gotta come on, man. You know
I might know him.
Earl. Winfrey.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Earl.
Okay.
His mother.
All right, my fault.
Now,
Yeah.
his
Shout
mother.
out to Earl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His mother and the lady. Now, them kids, hey, bro, when they got older, she'll tell you with a straight face, them my kids.
That's right.
See, them people.
Now, that type of foster
Them,
kid,
them
what,
is a
them for real.
They
facts.
love
They made,
genuine.
yeah, facts.
They took you in, you're my
facts,
kid.
Facts. And I'll tell you another one.
Yeah.
Mother Horn. She passed away she passed away at 94, I want to say. 93 or 94. And I'm telling you, she adopted a friend of mine, you know what I'm saying, as an infant that was in the foster care. You know what I'm saying? And always had foster children, always took care of them, and always gave them the best, straight up. Now, shout out to Mother Horn, for real.
That's what's
straight up.
Yeah, shout out to all them.
Yeah, to all the real foster care that's making a difference, the foster participants, the parents
that show love and
showing
care.
love and giving genuine care to them children that need it. You know what I'm saying? And helping them genuinely. Shout out to y'all and y'all. I can't speak enough for the work that y'all doing and how much is appreciated.
So I just brought up. I just asked the internet how many foster children are in Flint. Say the number of foster children in Flint, Michigan. While there is no single public figure for the exact number of foster children in Flint, Michigan, the city foster care need is described as extremely high. According to Samaritas, the largest private foster care organization in Michigan, they help more than 800 children every day in the Flint area. This figure reflects the daily caseload of children in their care, but it does not represent the total number of children in the city foster care system at any given time. Michigan's statewide data shows that about 9,593 children were in foster care on September 30th, 2024.
Yeah, now speaking of shots, I want to make sure I got this correctly. It was James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield. It was his anniversary. Am I correct? Was it anniversary?
Yeah, I think it's.
I thought it was.
I thought the anniversary was around about ours, but
well, whatever the case is,
celebrating. Yeah.
Him and his wife celebrated some beautiful quality time together.
Yeah.
So I just want to send a shout out to that. I chimed in on a few things he posted, and I just thought it was beautiful, enjoying himself, hanging out, because being part of, out of the mud, James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield, Larry Lott, George F. Grundy II, they put their work in. So it was definitely good to see the brother and his wife enjoying life.
Yeah, for sure. I hit him up while he was over there. I said, man, send some of them vibes over here, man. He's like, man, this is an international call. Who about to pay for it?
That's what's up.
I put half on it.
So out of the mud, sending that love and that shout out definitely to that brother.
And just the time when even in every healthy relationship needs time to connect and bond. Yeah. We get caught up in so much of the mundane, acts of life. You know what I mean? To where we can get caught up. But it takes time. Everyone should take time with their significant other, or spouse, or a woman, or whatever. You know what I mean? To spend time. Quality time with each other.
Even the ones even the ones that's out here campaigning, trying to get elected in a relationship. Yeah. Make that happen. You know what I'm saying? Including myself,
Yeah.
Make that happen as well.
For real.
Because you know
It's all about building memories,
it's a
man.
beautiful thing. Yeah.
You know, but you can build memories with
Right.
someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And y'all, please like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Look, we've been out here doing this for a minute now, almost 3 years now, and producing and giving y'all great content. Some highlighting the great things about Flint, Michigan, and Genesee County. And we need your assistance and help on pushing us over those barriers of internet pauses. So if y'all would like, share, and subscribe, and share.
Yeah, because you never know who you might be helping with this information.
And another thing I would like to, I didn't ask one time, but I'm going to ask again. I met a lot of people that work, you know, that's part of Out of the Mud. And every last one of you guys I know, let's put a picnic together or something. Let's put a little cookout together and let's talk about this and get our thing, you know, about getting everybody back on track, man. Because I ain't been seeing some of you guys. And like I said, one of my whole inspirations of this, being a part of this, was the fact when my brother asked me in, and then the fact when I met everybody from George F. Grundy, the second, James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield, and all the other shows. I'm every one of y'all, not taking one of y'all off. Every one of y'all, I drew from you guys, and it made me be and come to want to be a part of this. So you know, if we can get a little cookout thing together, let's do that. Let's sit down and talk about building, you know, this project we still on, and you know, putting it down.
Yep.
You know, I'm open for that. I love to just get with everybody because y'all are all some very unique people to me.
Yeah.
And all bring something to the table. Love y'all energy.
Thanks.
You know, I don't want to sit and keep blowing Miss Terra Lisa up, but you know, she got it going, man. And definitely got it going on. And positive, you know, that red alert is a high red alert because she brings that energy.
Yeah.
Always positive.
Facts,
you know.
facts. And that's
and
what
the
we
married
need.
couple. I love seeing the married couple doing their thing.
Yep.
And then definitely the one young brother at the Thursdays with the third. You know, he definitely bring a flavor. He did something on there that still blew my mind. I like how he did it. So
yeah,
man, let's get together, you know, and make this happen, man. Get us a picnic together.
Yeah, that'd be a beautiful
thing.
Everybody. Yeah, that'd definitely be a beautiful.
Because before the podcast and before anything else, we are human beings. So hey, I recognize the good in all of y'all. And you know, I haven't seen Miss Juice the Truth in a while, but I know she pushing that agenda, that envelope, because she built like that, you know. And the rest of y'all, I know y'all got other things going on, and
it's summertime, man. Everybody out in the sun.
So let's have a picnic.
Yeah,
let's do it out of the mud. No matter who it is that was a part of it, let's do a picnic. It could be us. Let's kick it, you know.
Facts. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We do need to, come together and enjoy each other's company. You know, because life is short.
Yeah.
You know, and
right.
Oftentimes I don't even think we realize how short it is.
Exactly. And then you pop up. Oh, that's such and such in the paper. We used to do this. I mean, it's happening like that.
Yeah.
And I don't just like y'all because of the show. I like it because of the Out of the Mud thing. That's something that brought us all together. But getting to see y'all do y'all magic with these mics individually, and I love it.
Yeah.
Y'all be hitting on something because I don't know it all. And I definitely be getting some tips and some different things to look at things from a different perspective. You know, just like the lesson I got today with George. Give a hug, don't be a little bug.
Wow. That's something.
Yeah.
So question, because this has been new as far as the sports world. Soccer, have y'all been getting into it since it came over here and everybody visiting and it's on television everywhere now?
No.
To be honest with you, you know, Messi and a bunch of them before then, I watched it, but never just was a diehard like into it. But I did watch, and then I forget the brother name. He was out cold. Then there was another brother.
You know they just built a new
Phenom.
soccer stadium in Grand Rapids.
No, I didn't know that, but I will be.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will be attending a game. You
Okay.
know,
You talking about one of the big games that's happening now
no.
One of the ones
in Grand Rapids?
Something
Okay.
like that.
They got a big. I'm talking a big stadium.
Right. So I will go check that out.
I think they working on bringing one here too.
Because hockey,
I know for a fact.
You know, well, you got to understand. You know, I'm a. How could you say this? I try to be a conscious person. I'm never a pessimist, but I do use my consciousness for awareness. And back to the key thing that made me say, "Hey, wait a minute, this man is right." Not that I'm dwelling on this; it's just was so positive. I got a roll off of this.
Mhm.
He was like, "Hey, man, this is our city. We got to watch what's coming to our city and who is tailor made for, because you pay attention, it'll tell you the direction certain people may not have our best interest for our cities and takeovers and different things. You know, let's watch how these blends go. You know, but I don't mind. Hey, yeah, because there is a lot of soccer fans, and I will watch. First of all, anywhere women going, I go. I'll go to an ant tossing, you know.
Gotcha. Well, I'm saying, that, and I get you with that. You know, we can't let people come and gentrify us out of this situation. So my thing is that we got to prepare our next generations for where the money at and where the opportunities at, and not just sports, but everything around it, like anything that builds that
sports medicine,
right? All of it, you know, and because during y'all generations of high school and stuff like that, Flint was people just come here and grab a whole handful of people and they had the greatest folks in the whole world, you know. So now we still have that in our skeleton,
in our DNA,
in our DNA, in a bone marrow, but we have to build on that because we this city in the United States of America has gone through so much. We're going through so much pain that it's time to be great.
Okay, now for me, I love, kudos to sports because it teaches discipline, it teaches teamwork and things of that nature. But I think before we focus, on developing our children with sports, we should first develop their respect for others, respect for themselves. We need to develop those type of things. So therefore, when they do get into sports, and if they're a standout, then they won't make us look bad. Like, don't nobody here got sense. Like, don't nobody here know how to talk, know how to have etiquette, don't know how to carry themselves, don't know how to hold an interview. You know what I mean? Because if one of us look bad, we all look bad. This Flint, man.
And I agree.
They always bunch us together.
So let me expound real quick. So on that, that's what I meant by what I wanted to put in there, or I should have, is that everything. So if you're talking about a sport,
first, and
all those things in there, because we already know what it's like to be, Andre Rison or Jeff Greer and all that. We already have those examples,
Carl
but
Banks,
now how does it look
Lonnie
to be the general manager or the owner or the doctor or the lawyer of the team? All these different things that come along with that from the lessons learned from those that already went ahead. Right. From
but then if you don't
Stacey Thompsons and stuff like that.
And I mean, and we can go on and on. Yeah. But the thing of it is, Jim Abbott, we can go on and
on.
Oh
yeah.
But
No,
but the thing of it is that if we don't get them together first before we present them to the world like they ready for the world, they're not going to make it in those they're not going to make it to those areas.
Now, was that pun intended?
What you mean?
You said ready for the world.
Yeah.
So pun intended.
Yeah, ready for the world. I mean, they're ready for the world. They made it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying they were ready for the world.
Sheila.
You know what I'm saying? You don't hear nothing negative about them.
But you know what you described?
They was great. They are great.
See,
Facts.
The
shout out to Gordon Stroger.
Right. So all movies, I tell people,
and Melvin
as
Riley.
much as you find, definitely as we go up from with the twins on orange, shooting basketball. Melvin, been a smooth brother.
Yeah,
but
all of them, all of them good.
All are ready
shout
for
out
the
to
world.
all of them for real.
And in fact, I'm tight with one of them brothers, Swain Triplett.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my guy, man.
Okay.
He down in Atlanta doing his thing.
Y'all remember when they was doing the working on the album on Marengo?
No,
And
I
then he
would.
said how I used to
I
walk
would.
to school
You
and
hear
hear
them
them in
playing?
the
Yeah, I was doing janitorial
Yeah,
services
yeah,
then.
yeah,
I was a janitor then. Yeah, I
So you was a
was.
janitor.
Yeah, I was a janitor.
yeah. You
Yeah.
know,
Is that what they?
but
No.
No, I
but
was a
it,
janitor. No,
Okay.
I'm telling the truth.
a lot of times.
But
Go
I
ahead.
want to share
Go
with
ahead.
you, because it's associated with what you just
Right.
said. See, the same thing you saying is the same thing. Soon as you open your mouth and say what you said, I went straight back to Bill Cosby and
When
Sidney
he came to
Poitier.
Flint,
No,
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 no. Oh, Bill
no.
Cosby did come to Flint,
Let's
and
do.
he took
Yeah,
a
he
lot
done
of
been.
flack. You know, he
Yeah,
got a lot of flack when he was.
I'm talking about back in Let's Do It Again,
Okay.
the
Yeah.
movie.
Okay. Yeah.
If you remember, James Earl Jones watched them break and crack them safes and said, I know who you is. And if you want to stay free, y'all meet me at this time. And had them meet at that school where they taught them how to prepare for jobs
Mm,
and all that.
yeah.
And it's what you talking
Okay.
about. And
Yeah.
it's what you
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
And that's the message has been there. But a lot of people take a lot of things on TV for entertainment.
Right.
But a
No.
lot of people
Yeah.
are so smart with it. They say, well, okay, they're not gonna let me have this. Like today, we got out of the mud.
Right.
One of the greatest things to
Platforms
give
and
you
information.
platforms to
Yeah.
give you your own voice.
Right.
But back then, you had to pick and choose what you could say because it get you tore out the frame.
Right.
So what they did was they articulated it through movies. But the majority of us watch it as
When they send the
entertainment.
message.
But it's
Right.
really subliminal messages.
Right.
And you saying the same
Facts.
thing.
Facts.
When they had them come up and say, hey, is that how you gonna ask for a job? You know, taught them the etiquette, proper
Come
grammar,
on now.
and approach.
Yeah.
So, just like with the podcasting thing, George taking on a lot, being a one-man crew working this. But let's put together a podcast training, and then somebody out of who will come for that training. I mean, say, well, okay, well, come on, I pick that slack up. Who's into it?
Right.
It
Right.
takes a person to have that interest and into it to know that stuff.
Facts. Facts.
So, we have to take another approach in trying to get
but
people that can,
I'm
this.
just saying we have to prepare our children for greatness. You got to prepare them to be in these rooms, to feel comfortable, to be confident, to be in these rooms and in these conversations.
When you say these kids, give me an age.
I mean, I'm saying from the smallest to the tallest.
Okay, and
everyone did know. I'm saying,
though.
okay, well, I'm saying,
If you can give it to me,
I mean, I don't. Well, I'm just saying our teenagers, our
okay,
young adolescents,
right, let me say this,
and our youth.
I'm gonna say
all of them.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah,
but what we don't understand too, our 30s is not our 30s is 19-year-olds.
yeah,
A lot of
it. Right.
So anywhere my range goes from there
That's what I said.
to 30 in separate programs,
right.
And
meet them where they are,
getting the minds right,
getting
focused, feeding them a different food from the streets,
right, for the mind,
not the game,
no,
but life
skills. Teaching, because as long as you here, you're gonna have to deal with life.
Miss Terry Lisa interviewed the young man already, and I didn't know it.
What was that?
But I ran into a young brother. He said, "Man, I'm a carpenter, and I took these skills I got from Job Corps and another place." I said, "Did you, young man?" I said, "Man, let me get your number, man." I said, "I'm gonna get you on the podcast." So when I linked the numbers up, and Miss Terry Lisa caught up with him, she said, "Hey, I already got this guy." She's already interviewed him. But I say, hey, well, great minds think alike. Because I want to put it out there. I say, man, that's to be her, which she could do it again. Because you can't get enough of him. Maybe a group didn't hear it this time.
Right.
So bring him back.
Yeah.
Because he doing something different.
And then he definitely need to be acknowledged and commended for, you know what I'm saying, for making them type of moves,
right,
you know?
But bring it again so people can hear it again.
Facts.
Because that was so, I was so taken and intrigued with it, and felt, number love for the young guy, for how he presented himself.
You know what I'm saying?
You're like, man, I do carpentry. I learned this from Job Corps, blah blah. Okay, here go a positive thing. He like, I ain't young now, but as y'all may think, no, bro, what it is, I may not be as old as you think, because you young.
Yeah.
You in your 20s still.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You young, brother.
That part.
You young.
Yeah.
Yours count for influence.
Facts.
Of letting younger people know it's something else that you can do, and it ain't got to be slanging and banging.
Right. Yep. So let's focus on lining our kids up. And when I say kids, I'm talking about anybody that's younger than you. They ain't got to be your biologicals. Just invest in our community in terms of putting the equity in, the sweat equity, the time to talk to these youth, to listen to them. You know what I mean? And to give them guidance. Because a lot of them is just misguided and undecided. And they only good as the company that they keep. So you know what I'm saying? We have to we have to give them an opportunity to be around better company so they can see what that looks like and then see themselves in that position.
Amen
Straight
to
up.
that.
And we all can do that.
Amen to that.
You know, so yeah, but it's been a beautiful show.
Yeah.
We'll be here, God willing, same time next week. You know what I mean? And you know, until then, you know what I'm saying? Is anything I want to send a shout out to James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield. I want to send a shout out to Out of the Mud. I want to send a shout out to my brother, you know, George F. Grundy II. You dig? I want to send a shout out to Terry Lisa. I want to send a shout out to everybody who has shows on Out of the Mud. I spend a special shout out to Mrs. Stephanie. You know what I mean? Yeah, shout out to Stephanie. Hopefully we'll see you next week. And and shout out to your brother Money Mike.
And my last thing on this
Go
is
ahead.
thankful for Out of the Mud. Love to the whole Out of the Mud family.
Facts.
And once again, give a hug.
Don't
be a litter bug.
Don't be a litter bug. You know, keep your trash in your car. All right. That's it.